So I wanted to share a quick story. So I just shared like in my meditations how I visited like my new home, and in order to purchase a home, you have to get a lot of things in order. Like my daughter just randomly asked me the other day because her and her sister, they're excited about making forts in the house, but I'm just telling them they make tents and stuff you can just put up in the house. You don't have to move all the chairs around and make a big mess. But anyway, they're excited about making a fort. And right now, just with the apartment being too small, so small, I'm just like, no, we can't do that right now. Um, but anyway, they're really excited about getting their own room and just having more space. More space is beautiful. And she was just like, can't we just move tomorrow? I was just like, well, London, you got to get things in place. So this reminded me of this lady. I have no idea who she is, but I have been getting so many like robocalls on my phone, like, hi, is this Miss Mary? Hi, is this Miss Mary? Hi, this is Miss. And I'm just, people are looking for this lady named Miss Mary. I have no idea who Miss Mary is, but she had the phone number that I had before I got the number. And I guess they just never, I always say, hey, can you remove me from your call list? But they usually hang up before I can say it so they can just keep calling me. But I have blocked like at least 25 numbers, I know for sure. But they just keep calling back from a different number, and I block those numbers too. But anyway, it just really encouraged me to stay focused on the things that I know I need to work on. As far as clearing my credit, I don't have bad credit, but I do have ample amount of student loans which are on deferment right now, and I do have a few people that I need to pay for before I can qualify for a loan for my new home. But it just reminded me to get on here and encourage you guys. If you are like Miss Mary, and if you're not paying people back, please pay the creditors back or the debtors back, because to me that's very embarrassing. Like, I would be so embarrassed or just not feeling responsible as an adult, financial responsibility, if the person who got my number that I released, if they're just calling and saying, hey, may I reach Jessica? I'm trying to collect the debt from Jessica. Oh, this is the debt collector's calling from Jessica. Oh, Jessica didn't pay this and she owes for that. Um, so yeah, just try to pay your bills, because one day you're gonna want to be a homeowner, and it's very embarrassing to be like Miss Mary with people just calling somebody's number all day long. Like, I literally just put it on silent because I'm over it at this point. But Miss Mary, count your days, pay your bills, because I'm sick of them calling about Miss Mary. But in more, I like take lessons, like small lessons like that. I could take that and apply it to my life. And not saying that I'm better than Miss Mary, because everybody has debt or things that they are working on to pay off. But most debt collectors will let you pay $15, $25, just to satisfy, to let them know that you're not just trying to run away from those people and take their merchandise or their services and not pay for it. So, if you're like Miss Mary and you don't pay your bills and you don't have no intentions on contacting these debt collectors, they will be out there calling and harassing other people about your debts. So if you don't want to be that person, try to contact even the bank. Like, I have an outstanding balance with my bank, but every time I get a deposit, I pay them like a little something out of it, but at least they don't have to call my phone and say, hey, Jessica, like, we're calling about this outstanding debt. They already know, like, I acknowledge it. I am trying to do the best I can. And income tax season is coming up, ladies and gentlemen, and the people, I guess, who are filing head of household. And this is like a big, big, big thing for me, because before I had my daughter, I used to pay back taxes. So when I had my daughter, I was just like, oh, well, this is a time where you can really set yourself up for the following year to be financially a little bit stable compared to the time before you didn't have that large chunk of money. So, child credits and things like that, put some away, create a child account, put some in there for their extracurricular activities or just the future. And it don't have to be a large amount, especially if you're living on a minimum income. For people that are receiving assistance like from the government. I am one of those people. They help me pay my child care each month and things like that. So if you're living on a budget, like I said, with my outstanding balance from the bank, just pay like $25, $15, $10, whatever you can spare to get yourself in a better financial place for when an opportunity comes and you are able to purchase that home or purchase that new car or be like a co-signer for your children for their student loans that they may incur in the future, or opening up a business loan for your child or for yourself, or things like that. You never know what opportunities may come up where you can advance yourself to make millions of dollars versus just like $60,000 or $70,000. You may have bigger opportunities to be able to invest in yourself and use your gifts in different ways and for your children. So during income tax season time, I know it's a time we like to turn up and say, "Woo, we're going to Jamaica, we're gonna live our best life," things like that. But sometimes it's better to take a year or two and get yourself in a financially stable place. Because even for me, I had to like purchase a higher model car because my car was in an accident about 2 years ago. So each year I set aside, my uncle gave me this advice. My car payment was higher. So he said, well, set aside money in your bank account so that you will never notice that you're paying a higher amount. You just pull the extra dollars out of that over account and then you pay your normal payment. So things like that, when you get large sums of money, even like refund checks, I know typically they come out in January and around August and things like that. Anything that you can do to better yourself, try not to, and you can still have a little fun, buy little things in your house and make sure your kids have those activity fees paid and, you know, new undies and clothes and things like that that they need. But it's also better to set your future up so that you can be financially stable for the year moving forward. So that was just a little financial advice. And my channel is all about mental health. So those things like that keep me mentally sane, like knowing where my next dollar is coming from, because I know that people are going to be calling my phone, begging for money. Just don't create a whole bunch of debt and then don't call the debtors back and let them know what your status is that you plan to pay them back. So I just wanted to get on and share that about Miss Mary because I am tired of Miss Mary's debtors calling me. And I would be ashamed if that was me and they was calling my old number talking about all of my debt. So don't be like Miss Mary. Pay your debtors because she should have gave them her new number by now. So I'm sorry, Miss Mary.